Yeah, can you hear me? I got you. Awesome. Yeah, Kieran heard your test as well. Thank you, mate. A very warm welcome and good morning to Ponsforge International Sports Centre for the 2025 BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships. My name is Ewan. I'll be talking you through the North Pool, the men's pool, for this day one morning session. My colleague Kieran is on the South Pool for the women's competition. Both pools are available to stream live online, so you can switch between the two. If you've got two screens, have both up. Or just join myself on the North Pool men's side of the competition for this morning. How this runs if you're brand new to BUCS swimming, and every year we have brand new viewers. In this morning session, we have the fastest 4 heats in each event. Okay, so we're going to start with heat number 10 in the men's 200 metre freestyle, okay, which is correct. We do heats 10, 11, 12, 13. Of course, those numbers vary. It's the fastest 4 heats in all of the heats in total to begin with. And then in the later morning session, we go back and we have the earlier heats. So we'll see heats in this event, for example, heats 1 to 9. It'll work its way out, don't worry. So this is heat number 10 of event 1 of the 2025 BUCS Short Course Championships. From lane 0, Liam Dawson, Alexander Laurie, Christos Manoli, Ruben Wiesda, Henrik Mascarenhas, Max Anderson-Loke, Valerie Nurashenko, Dan Fielder, Joshua O'Brien and James Dakin. Now, one thing I encourage every single year, and lots of you get involved, please feel free to drop a message into the chat box here on YouTube and let us know where you're watching from, who you're supporting, and everyone can get involved. This is a community championship, let's do it. Especially as we get into the finals later on this evening. it does get pretty exciting, and it's some friendly rivalry, shall we say, amongst those watching. Got a dude with his head in the camera at the start-finish end on the men's pool. So I have got the YouTube stream up on my phone. I'm trying to get to work on my laptop, but if you've ever been to Ponds Forge, you'll know that the Wi-Fi is, it fluctuates, shall we say. So to kick things off on the far side, leading the way in 9. Could we get an outside lane winner from the off? That's James Dakin representing Leeds, the 21-year-old. Also coming up this morning, we'll have the 100-metre backstroke, 100 butterfly, got the 50 breaststroke, 200 IM, and the 1500-metre freestyle. Just going to see one heat in that one. And then we'll finish off the morning session in the North Pool with the mixed 200 or 4x50 medley. So things are changing, coming through in lanes 3 and 8. That is Ruben Vista and Joshua O'Brien, who takes the win. It is Vista for Hallam. 150.78, first win of the day. Now, in every single event, there are 2 finals, an A final and a B final. So there are 20 spots available in the finals session. And for those wondering, like, why do we do the 4 fastest heats and then do the rest? Why not in order like most other championships? Well, it's simply to give you the best entertainment later on in the evening sessions. It gives those, we know anecdotally and statistically, that the finalists in any race are generally 99.9% come from the 4 fastest heats. Okay, so what we do those first, and it gives those competitors the longest time to R&R before the finals later on tonight. That simple. Yes, of course, you can, and we have seen on rare occasions, swimmers from earlier heats getting into the finals. It is still the fastest 20 for the A and the B final, regardless of what heat you're in. But we know that the 4 fastest heats generally bring us the fastest swimmers. A couple of messages coming in. Amazing. We've got, oh, look at this. Alex Harrand is a beast. Come on, DeBardos. And that's for Jay Boff. Oliver says, I heard the same. Regards, Alex Harrand. And from Louis Johnson, in your head, Swansea, Swansea, Swansea. Here we go, guys. This is good. This is a really good start on the comments. This is what we want to hear. And I often ask, always ask, you know, where are you watching from? And generally the first comment is the furthest away you can get, which is Australia. And that's come in from Dan Stevens, watching from Australia, supporting Surrey whilst on my study exchange. Now, Dan, I'm going to believe you. I'm going to believe that you are watching from Australia. But it's amazing how often nobody says I'm watching from Scotland or Cornwall. They say Dubai, Australia, Malibu. So whatever you say, I'm going to believe you, because I've got no evidence otherwise. So thank you for all those messages coming in already. This is heat number 11 of the open male 200-metre freestyle event 101, to give it its official name. In the pool from lane 0, Lucas Staines, Donatis Dragasius, Tom Leggett, Maxwell Adams, Jordan Cooley, Arvind Singh Chehal, Rory McKinnon, Alex Harrand, Harry Burns and Frankie Docking-Smith. And if you just tuned in, there's over 200 of you watching now. This is fab. Tom Leggett takes the win, 1:46. That's 4 seconds quicker than the winner of heat number 10. That's fast, isn't it? Jordan Cooley second, 1:48. And Singh Chehal, 1:48.5 for third. That's Stirling, Loughborough, Stirling. That'll be a story that runs throughout the entire 3-day weekend. I might go and have a chat with this guy whose head is in the camera every single time on the starting end. Oh, I could see him over there. I'm not right. If I go quiet for a minute, I'm going to have a chat with him. Because if you're supporting somebody in lane 0, that's going to be disappointing for you, isn't it? In the South Pool, heat 11. Oh, and Dan's come back, just to confirm things. Brisbane, to be exact, in Australia, 7:35 p.m. local time. Dan, you are not going to be watching the finals, my friend, are you? Because our finals start at, I'm going to say 5 o'clock this afternoon? 4:30? I'll confirm this. I should know this. I should know this. 4:30, 5 o'clock, which means that's going to be, what, 3 in the morning for you-ish? But hey, we're streaming things, guys. You can watch it whenever you want later on. Watch it back as many times as you like. And Ewan McDonald, I love a Ewan, waiting for Glasgow to steal the show. This is heat number 12, or our third heat of the morning. Just to remind you that the women's, who are in the South Pool this morning, that's available on a separate stream. So if you're tuning in, saying, where's my daughter, where's my girlfriend? That is on a separate stream. My colleague Kieran is commentating on that all morning for you. Heat 12, you got from lane 0, that's the bottom of your screen. Adam Colgan, Tom Treblecock, Jacob Armin, Matt Baker, Tyler Melbourne-Smith, George Smith, Angelo Gianni-Contini, Jack Jenkinson, Sam Cook and Josh Denham. Now, Tyler Melbourne-Smith last year got the silver medal in the 400 free, 800 free and the 1500 free. And he's taken the win in heat 12, 1:46.25. He wants some redemption. A lot of time spent on the second step of the podium last year, every single time behind Dan Whiffen. Dan Whiffen got the gold in the 400, 800, 1500. Tyler Melbourne-Smith got silver in all of those, and Harry Wynne-Jones got bronze in all of those. It was a bit of a procession last year in the long distance races. And now our final and predictably fastest heat, heat number 13. From lane 0 at the bottom, Zach Slater, Max Grayson-Holly, Stefan Krajek, Finlay Clark, Cam Brooker, Evan Jones, Evan Davidson, James Froggatt, Sam Rose and Alex Volkovoy. If you have just joined us, I know many people just have, in this session we are swimming the 4 fastest heats in each event. Then later on this morning we will swim the earlier heats. So if you are joining us and your son, brother, boyfriend, partner is in heat number 1, 2, 3, you're not going to see them now in any of these events. They'll be from 11 o'clock onwards. Winner of this event last time round. I've done an absolute complete disservice to Tyler Melbourne-Smith. Was although he was silver in the 4, 8 and 1500 free, he won this event last year, the 200 metre freestyle, before Hutchinson and Brooker. So Brooker here, who's in lane 4, got a bronze medal in this event 12 months ago. And in fact, in February of this year, Tyler Melbourne-Smith also won gold in the long course championship. There you go. Evan Jones for Sterling, 1:45.47, bagging his place in the final. Cam Brooker doing likewise, as is Evan Davidson. Now we have to get confirmation of course, there is the 20 spots available in the finals, 10 in the A final, they race for the medals, and then 10 spots in the B final, they race for glory, to finish between 11th and 20th in these championships. So that is the 200 metre freestyle done for the time being. We'll come back to heats 1 to 9 later on this morning. And we'll now move on to the 100 metre backstroke event. The ledges are going in. How many go in first time? Oh, they've done all 10. Oh no, lane 3, come on. Clean sweep, clean sweep. Oh, we're good, wow. Excellent. So they were going to kick off with heat number 10. Well, that is going to include Travis Davey, Ethan Randall, Dan Edgar, Jack Simpson, Fergus Thompson, Jake France, Isaac Buchan, Ben Cross, Joe Edgar, and Alex Calvaboa. Now, there will sometimes be delays with races starting. The reason for that is we have, of course, the South Pool competing at the same time, and they're on the same schedule. So there might be a few times where we have to wait 10, 20 seconds for a race in the opposite pool to start. On this occasion, the boys have gone a bit quicker in the 200 freestyle, so they'll be kicking off first in the 100 back. Off we go. So 4 fastest heats in the 100-metre backstroke men's competition. Last year's winner, Ollie Morgan, ahead of Ward and Skerry. Leading the way, down the middle, Fergus Thompson for Aberdeen. Qualifying time, all around 57 seconds. Much, much quicker in reality in the heat. 55.23 for Fergus Thompson. Sets the time to beat for the next 3 heats. But cannot stress enough, the 4 fastest heats, you could be in a heat later on this morning and still get into a final. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Heat number 11. From lane 0, you're going to see James Merrick, Rowan Sheriff, Will Sellers, Finn Brockhoven, Dominic Morgan, Jamie Ferguson, Finlay Davies, Antonio Nicolau, Maddox Roberts and Finlay Pope. There's the names. And already this morning, a pretty packed venue, bearing in mind that the majority of swimming will take place in our later morning session. And it does get packed here for the finals, and it gets noisy. So if you're watching at home and thinking, I'm pretty local to this looks pretty good. I know it's raining outside, and I don't think it's going to stop, but you can come and watch this for free, okay? And we have Olympians and world medalists and Europeans and Commonwealth representatives. The quality on display at BUCS Championships every single year is phenomenal. So come and watch it in person and be part of the noise later on. I keep those messages coming in on the YouTube chat as well. I will read out pretty much anything. I will vet it first in my head, but I will read out all of your messages of support. If they toe the line of banter abuse, I will filter them out. But let us know where you're watching, who you're supporting, And maybe some interesting facts. You know, as commentators, we do our research, we know stuff, but you're there on the university campus with them. So the women's race is getting underway first of all. That is, and they've shot off. So when they crack on with heat 11. And the entry times, we had a 54-seconder in heat number 10, but most of the entry times in here in heat 11 are around that mark. In fact, a couple of 53s for Don Morgan and Jamie Ferguson. No lane 1, no Rowan Sheriff for BUCS, as in BUCS. Harry Morgan says, up the tub. It's Bath Uni. Do you know what? My favourite race, one of my favourite races ever in BUCS history was in February. And I've been doing this about 6-7 years now, but in February, when Bath men won the Medley relay, they beat Loughborough and Stirling in that final. It was incredible. First time ever then winning that Medley relay. And the noise in the venue was just incredible. Great start in 8 from Maddox Roberts, representing Loughborough. 52.9, flying. And that, 52.9, is actually the second quickest time if you include every single qualifying time. 52.9, wow. Now, I do have a list here of all of the BUCS records as well. I think we're don't generally see records in the heats, but the way these heat times are going, I mean, it's not impossible. Where's my list of BUCS records gone? So much paperwork up here. There it is. Ah, yes, 100 backstroke. It was, I remember that one, 2021. Andreas Vezeaus, he won 4 golds that night. And it was a 50.7 for the Greek. That night in 2021, that was one of the best individual performances I've ever seen, Andreas Vezeaus. And he still holds 1, 2, 3, 4 BUCS records from that weekend, 4 years ago. Right, this is heat number 12. From lane 0, Soma Albert, Connor Cherrington, Andrew Brodie, Archie Evans, Jack Skerry, Hubert Janiak, Charlie Broom, Oscar Barlow, Callum Peebles and Jack McGann. It's Oscar Barlow in Southern that leads the way, 27-38, 10th ahead of Jack Skerry. Those two are body length ahead. Properly giving it some. Both want to be in that A final where they race for medals. B finalists, they race for officially to finish 11th to 20th in the championship. But looks like Jack Skerry's going to come back and pick this one. Does indeed, 52.85 over Oscar Barlow, the halfway leader, 53.26, and Charlie Broom. Jack Skerry won bronze in this event 12 months ago. The winner of that one was Ollie Morgan, who also won the 50-metre backstroke that year and silver in the 200. This will be our final heat for the time being, heat number 13.
And back into the North Pole, this is heat 13.
From lane 0, Francis Dyson, Jack Sadbury, Lucas Brown, Alex Sargent, Max Litchfield, Shaquille Giordani, David Annis, Henrik van der Leest, Gideon Hilinski and Oscar Dodds. And I mentioned earlier about the quality of swimmer that we have here this weekend, and none more so than Max Litchfield, who's right here in lane number 4, and he would be a favourite for this competition. He's represented Great Britain at 3 Olympics, no less than 3 Olympics, and won medals at World Championships long course, World Championships short course, Europeans. Gold medalist, in fact, at the 2019 European Championships. That was in the 400 medley. And you'll see that across the weekend. The quality of swimmers is like nothing else you'll see other than those national championships. David Annis takes it for Stirling, 52.64. Litchfield second, not far behind. And in third place, Henrik van der Leest, 53.99. Van der Leest had a good event last year too. He was a bronze medalist in the 200 back, Van der Leest. He'll want to go at least one better. Also won a bronze in the 100 back and the long course in February this year. Right, next event is going to be the 100-metre butterfly. As always, fastest 4 heats first. From the bottom, Seb Williams, Elwyn Davies, Ross Anderton, Mattis Medley, Isaac Buchan, Fraser Tetlow, Carl Durand, Sam Cornish, Finn Olsen and Mick Namovich. We've got a Franco fan. Franco, says Rich McGregor. So here we are looking at roughly, well, they've all come in with 56 seconds, so I imagine most of them are going to beat that the way we've been going. And by the time we get to heat number 13, we do go well into the 52s and 53s. In fact, Ed Mildred from Manchester Metropolitan, qualifying time 50.3. Oh, look at this. From Elwyn Davies, takes it from lane number 1, representing Birmingham in the red cap. You'll see plenty of them this weekend, 56.23, cracking time. A couple of tenths off his qualifier, which are generally personal bests, but you can't guarantee that. So not breaking 56 as I anticipated. We should do this time in heat number 11, because the qualifiers are as low as 52 and 53. I'll put money on this one. From the bottom, Lewis Horden, Dion Edwards, Gabriel Knight, Matt Ward, Callum Rose, David Sanchez, Sam Byfinch, Sam Smith, Cameron Travis and Ewan Houston. Let's go Houston, says Ewan McDonald. Ewan's in 9. I'm gonna root for Ewan as well. My name's Ewan. I spell it, Nelly said correctly, differently. Ewan for Glasgow. 21-year-old in lane 9. Like a blanket to 25 metres, but on the, look at the turn from lane 3. That's Matt Ward representing Bath. Following close behind, Callum Rose representing Edinburgh. They're your first 2. Then it's just a flash of times. Gabriel Knight, Lewis Horden. And, well, Matthew Ward is taking the pull to task here. And from heat number 11, still with 2 to go, looking to bag one of those fastest 10 spots across the event. And get his first spot in a final tonight, 52.53. Pretty good. Over, just shy of a second, a full second off his qualifier. Coming in with a 53.50. Second for Callum Rose, third for Gabriel Knight in 53 and 54 respectively. 20 very fast swimmers to come. Should also say on the BUCS website, just go to the swimming section, there'll be a link for you to all of the results, so you can see in real time what's happening. So just in case you see a time flick up on the board and then you miss it, of course you can rewind. But on the BUCS website, all of the heat sheets, the results, orders, etc., all the information you need for this event is online. Heat number 12, from the bottom, Miles Kinlan, Leo Pollock, Max Oldham, Ned Sharp, Brody Gordon-Gibson, Andrew Bertolli, Antonio Rodriguez, Dylan Regist, Hadi Alabed and Scott Fleming. Very similar entry times, very similar. Gordon-Gibson, 52.24. Almost identical to Callum Rose's from heat number 11. What a start from Gordon-Gibson. Not mucking around, the Edinburgh athlete. He is looking fantastic, isn't he? Best of the rest in 5, Andrew Bertolli. And then flanking those guys, Ned Sharp and Rodriguez. Well, 52.09, fastest of the 30 athletes thus far. There's 10 more to go. But that, I would say, is an absolutely nailed on time in the final, in the A final. Bertolli, Rodriguez, Regist, Sharp have to wait and see with their 53s and 54s. Heat number 13, last heat for the time being. Joe Swart, Max Anderson, Kieran Lennox, Harrison Homans, Ed Mildred, Ruben Robotham Keating, Tom Robertson, Luca Plater, Albert Branch and Tom Maskell. Ed Mildred, the man to beat here, 50.3, fastest entrant by a couple of seconds. And that is across the entire competition, not just this heat. Leads by 1.3 seconds at the halfway mark. A sign of the quality of the Manchester Met start. 22 years old, Ed Mildred. Actually the oldest in the pool. Oh no, he's not. Harrison Homans, 25. Second oldest at 22. So a lot of these swimmers, like the 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds, first ever BUCS event, and you find yourself in your pool against, like, without exaggerating, world-class athletes. So Ed Mildred, 52.08, he can go so much faster. He was cruising there. Kieran Lennox, Ruben Robotham Keating, tie for second in 54.25.
In the South Pool, this is the female 50-metre breaststroke, heat 14.
Now we move on to our shortest event of this morning's mini session. It's the 50-metre breaststroke. Got going to start with heat number 15. So there's 14 heats of this in the late morning session. Oh, we got a Let's Go Ed Mildred has just come in. Or it might have come in during the race. Sorry if I missed that. We will see Ed Mildred later, for sure. And that came in from the Manchester Met Sport YouTube channel, actually. Thank you for joining us. Keep the messages coming in. This is a short session. From lane 0, Kringlis, Witten, Dawson, Carter, Webster, Murphy, Brooks, Rooney, Blair and Ranson. James Murphy for Bath will touch home 28.78. And then on the outside, Rogers Kringlis for Strathclyde 29.57. There were 6 men under 30 seconds. Matty Rooney for Leeds Beckett in third place, 29.76. These will be done in a flash, these races. Heat number 16 from the bottom. Armand Toombs, Smith, Holmes, Smith, Dobson, Godsall, Vedren, Van Blurk and Cummings. Oh, Tyler's back. Tyler watches this religiously every single year. Welcome back, mate. Hello from the US. How early is it over there? It must, hang on. It must be like 5 a.m. Dedication, I like it. I like it. Now, very noticeably there, first out the water by a mile was Rowan Smith for Sheffield Hallam. And he is the fastest on paper here, 27.2. Of all the races this morning, this will be the one where it is tenths of a second which will make you either in a, not in any final or in the A final. It's so, so close. George Smith takes it, 27.77, first man sub 28. Then Rafe Robson for Stirling, 27.91. And Jacob Arman, Rowan Smith in fourth place. So there's 4 swimmers there, sub 28.10. So just keep your eye on those sort of numbers as we go over the next 2 heats and 20 swimmers. Tries to give us an idea of what we're going to be looking at. Yes, we've got the results online, but I like to play a game where I try and guess what the time to get the final is going to be. Just off the first couple of heats. And I'm going for sub 27.8 bang on will be in the A final. My guess, do not carve that in any stone nearby. 4 a.m. currently where Tyler's at. 4 a.m. So you are on the west coast, I'm guessing, if it's 4 a.m. And yes, thank you, I have been well, other than my 5-hour drive to Sheffield last night from the south coast, with rain all the way, and unfortunately a few dings, not on my car, which slowed things down. Heat number 17, Mitchell, Gradchev, Justice, Mitchell, Inglis, Paretos, Mayo, Shinobi, Lee and Miles. And in 5, 27.25, Panetas Paneretos. And let me just double check one thing on the breaststroke. I think breaststroke, yes, I was in my mind. He won Paneretos bronze in the 50 breaststroke and the 100 breaststroke at the long course in February. I knew he'd been on a podium somewhere recently. Well, leading the way with 1 heat to go. And this is heat number 18 from the bottom. Walford, Garrity, Turnbull, Tugsetin, Goodburn, Nunes Smith, Kemp, Sanchez, Casey and Ryan. Archie Goodburn, the standout here, 26-26 entry. And at the moment, anything sub 28 is pretty much nailed on that final. Should see a few more here. Aha, excellent. We've got Woohoo Finley Davis. Comes from Ailsa Young. I love the name Ailsa. Reminds me of growing up in Girvan on the Scottish West Coast, Ailsa Craig. But back to serious matters. Archie Goodburn, 26.56. He's flown it, absolutely flown it. Second place, Alex Sanchez, 27.22. And Finn Kemp will be in the final with a 27.53. The rest just to be confirmed. Messages coming in. Let's go. Angus Allison watching from Kabul, Afghanistan. Really, Don? It's 4 a.m. Central Time, says Christine Sanchez. And let's go. Watching from Dallas. Excellent. Well, a worldwide, international audience. In the Steel City, Sheffield, where it is. Marty Pellet, wet, wet, wet. Right, next up, because that is the 50 breast concluded. 200 metre individual medley now. From lane 0, Taylor Sinclair, Ben Rogers, Finley Pope, Sam Jeffrey, James Elsker, David Sanchez, Adam Tabernacle, Lewis Jarrett, Joseph Parnell and James Lake. You're looking at around 210 to 212. That's the kind of figure. Last year, let's have a look. 200 IM was won by Max Litchfield. Jones and Marcel Whittles, second and third. Evan Jones actually goes in the next heat. Silver medalist from last year, representing Stirling. We've already seen, Charlie Hutchinson won gold, actually retained his title 12 months ago in the 400 IM, but we've just seen him, haven't we, in a previous event, so I doubt we'll see him. Will we? Let me just double check. The reigning champion Max Litchfield swims in heat number 8. Of course, every year, sadly, but it's natural that several swimmers leave university and move on and start their careers or go into full-time professional swimming. So you generally get about 4 years-ish, maybe 5, PhD 6, of BUCS swimming. And many swimmers absolutely leave their mark. And none more so than, I'll get confirmation, I believe we've seen Dan Whiffin for the last time, at least in the 1500, not on the start sheet this year. I'll double check. I assume he's left Loughborough now, but I'll happily be proven wrong, because he has dominated the long course for the last few years. And I mean winning everything. Long course, short course, 8, 15, 4. Lewis Jarrett from East Anglia. I think that's East Anglia's first win of the day. And Lewis, 2:08.69. Second for James Elsker, Manchester Met, and Ben Rogers for Aberdeen. They're your top 3. 4 of them go sub 2:10, joined by Adam Tabernacle, representing Durham. Oh, and actually, we've got a come on Lewis Jarrett, the swordfish. And he won. There you go. And it was quite funny last year, but it was remarkable how often somebody sent a message of support in on the YouTube chat, and then they went on and did really, really well. I think it's that subconscious osmosis of backing from family, friends and loved ones. That it vibrates through the atmosphere into the swimmer. And it is, honestly, get your messages in of support. It works. They don't see it, they don't read it, but it does work. And Daphne says, watching from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. So I make that now. We've got viewers, of course, across the UK, but I've seen Australia, America, South Africa, a very questionable Kabul in Afghanistan. But again, I've got no proof. I've got to go by your word. Swordfish on top, says Dino Sharko. Well, he absolutely is. He flew that first heat. This is heat 6. Well, we got Tetlow, Dodds, Kershaw, Press, Jones, Marcel Whittles, Broom, Jackson, Sheriff and Pike. And Ed Marcel Whittles got bronze in this event 12 months ago, behind Max Litchfield and Evan Jones. So our silver and bronze medalist, in fact, we've got all three. Excellent, all three medalists from this event 12 months ago in the next couple of heats. Wonderful. In fact, Litchfield also won the 200 IM at the long course in February. Evan Jones was bronze in that, and Casey was silver. And Alex Casey does go in heat number 8. So the reigning gold, silver, bronze in the short course and the long course, all here in this event this morning. That's what we want to see. Yes, Manchester Met, it is manifestation. Do you know what? I believe in that too. I'm a true believer. In 4, Evan Jones flying. Silver last year and a bronze in the long course. He wants to stand on the top step of the podium. The Sterling swimmer has started his morning in the right way. A 1:59.03, cracking swim. Sub 2 minutes based on the qualifying times would be good enough for a final, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times sub 2 minutes in the qualifiers. But that's the first one we've seen with 2 heats to swim. So Evan Jones puts himself in pole position. Marcel Whittle second, Charles Kershaw in third, both in 2:01s. So Marcel Whittle's bronze again 12 months ago. We'll have to wait and see. 2 very quick heats to come. Now Daphne Tate has noticed a South African flag. Now I am in a fantastic spot in this venue. I'm just looking across on the far side.
To our races. Don't worry, it's Friday. You're in Sheffield. Where else would you want to be?
Well, you are very beady-eyed, Daphne, because I'm just scanning and I can't see it yet. But there are a lot of flags, generally team flags.
It was, yeah.
Just a short delay whilst we get one of the women's races underway. And can you imagine the organisation behind the scenes to run 2 competitive pools at the same time? The amount of volunteers that you need is, well, enormous. So we're ever so grateful. A lot of the people that help run this event, you'll never ever actually physically see, because there's so many behind the scenes in the timing suite and running around in whipping and things like this. It's always such a pleasure just to be involved in. And I just get to sit up in the best seat in the house and talk about sport. We've got a Come On Reagan Gallagher, the Peaky Blinder. That's from Dominic. And Regan goes in lane 0 in this heat, alongside Jamie Gray, Finn Kemp, Jacob Arman, Matt Ward, David Annis, Luke Ibbiston, Toby Godsell, Dan Fielder and Peter McGrother. David Annis came in with a 1:57, but not quite as quick as Matthew Ward for Bath, 1:55, but he leads him at the moment. Keep your eyes well on Luke Ibbiston for Loughborough in 6. There's lots of teams being called to the timing suite. That means swim off. I'm not sure if that's in the men's or the women's pool, but that's generally what that means. Look at this. This is great. This is the best that we've had so far this morning. 3 men going for it. Matt Ward, David Annis and Luke Ibbison from Bath, Stirling and Loughborough. So personal and university pride on the line. All these should be in the final. They've all got, they've not all gone. I was going to say all gone sub 2 minutes. It's 2:01 and 2:08 for Annis and Ibbison. 1:59.94 for Matthew Ward. So 0.14 of a second between your top 3. So that is a slightly slower heat than I would have predicted. Because all those guys can go sub 1:59 and by some. The final heat in this event will be heat number 8. From the bottom, Cameron McQuaid, Tristan Lee, Cameron Rapson, Andrew Bertolli, Max Litchfield, Alexander Casey, Evan Davison, Ben Twynham, Lucas Staines and Lachlan Beasley. Three-time Olympian Max Litchfield, Loughborough athlete in 4, looking to retain his title from 12 months ago. It starts here. Got a silver last year in the 400 IM behind Charlie Hutchinson. Did Max. Marcel Whittle's got bronze in both of those events. Max's entry time 1:53.21. Now, the 200 IM box record is 1:54.35, set in 2019 by none other than Duncan Scott of Stirling. Max Litchfield's entry time is quicker than that by over a second. So, I mean, he's not going to get it right now, I think, because Alexander Casey is ahead of him, and on paper, Alex is 3 seconds slower. So it looks to me that Max is just, biding his time, going to get his spot in the final. And then tonight, we could see, potentially, Max Litchfield break a 6-year-old record from Stirling's Duncan Scott. One to look forward to. Oh, he's had a flying finish on the freestyle as Max. He's going to come home ahead of Alexander Casey, the 2 Loughborough teammates. Then in lane 3 it will be Andrew Bertolli of Stirling, 1:58.66. So that'll put Max at lane 4 in the final later on tonight. And I think we'll see all 3 medalists from 12 months ago in that A final this evening, if my maths is correct. And I'm just glancing across to the women's pool as well. In the 200 IM, we've also got Freya Colbert, Lily Booker and Leah Schlossen. They were gold, silver, bronze in the female competition. They're all here as well. So it could be a full repeat from last year in the 200 IM across the board. Right, we're now on to, we're just going to see one heat in the men's 1500 metre freestyle. One heat. There are 3 heats in total. But with the longer events, so 400, 800, 1500, the fastest heat is swam as the timed final, effectively, the heat declared winner final. So we've got 3 heats this year in the men's 1500 metre freestyle. So wrap your head around this. We're going to see heat number 2 now. We're going to see heat number 1 in the next session, which is the earlier heats. And then heat number 3, which is the fastest heat, we're going to see on its own in the final? Yes. And that is just a pure kind of like anomaly coincidence, because there's 3 heats. And there's 3 sessions today, so it's going to be 1 heat in each. Now, the fastest heat, heat number 3, is going to be in the final later. There is no BUCS record holder, Dan Whiffen, who's won that title the last 2 years in a row, as well as the long course as well. Let me just check as well. Tyler Melbourne Smith does not seem to be around, or Harry Wynne Jones. So it looks like this year in the 1500 there's going to be a brand new gold, silver, bronze. Because those guys, Whiffen, Melbourne Smith and Wynne Jones, and of course Nathan Whiffen, they have dominated those races for the last few years. In fact, James Guy got the silver in the 400 free in February. Now, in this heat, which is heat 2, we've got David Coyle for Nottingham Trent, Callum Sinclair for Edinburgh College, Daniel Menzer for Birmingham, William Sheffield for Stirling, Matt Warburton for Bath, Scott Fleming for Stirling, Archie Neves for Swansea, Dan Harris for Swansea, Joseph Parsons for Cardiff Met, and James Trevithick for Oxford Brookes. Go on, James and Oxford Brookes swimming, says Michelle Trevithick. Thank you for tuning in, Michelle. Completely unrelated story. I went to see my first ever gig at Oxford Brookes University. I went to see the Coral in circa 2003. Yeah. Old. Oh, God. 2003. Entry times. 15:43 is Matt Warburton's entry time. He leads in lane 4. 50 lengths to swim. You can just about see there. Yep. And anything out to 16 and a half on the outer lanes. Parsons, Trevithick, Coyle, Sinclair. Now, although the fastest 10 swimmers are in the heat number 3, which will be swum as part of our finals session, the reason being is they are so fast that it's highly, highly unlikely, but not impossible, that a swimmer from this heat is going to pick up a medal. Okay? So the reason I say it's not impossible is because, let's just say Matt Warburton here throws down a 14:55 or a 15-minute, and he sets like a worldie lifetime best. He leads the way. Whoever wins this heat is in provisional gold medal, silver and bronze. All right, and there is an assumption that is 99% accurate that the swimmers in heat 3, the 10 fastest, will, most of, if not all of them, go faster than the times we see here. But this is BUCS swimming, and this is live sport. It doesn't always work like that. So the way Matt Warburton's going, he's going to set a good time right now. I mean, there is 44 lengths to go, folks, but he's kicked off well. This will be the penultimate event, because we're very lucky in the North Pool. It's been chosen to also host the mixed 4x50 medley team relay as well, which we're very grateful for. You guys tune in for that here. So we'll see this heat, the 1500. We'll see 4 heats, the 4 fastest heats in the 4x50 mixed medley team relay. And that will close out our first early morning session. Oh, we've got a few more messages coming in. Please do. I mean, if you're going to send a message in and you want it to be read out, the best time to do it, 1500 metres, isn't it? So let's fill up some time. We've got the Come On Regan. We've got Let's Go Surrey Uni from Rian Stain. And we've got Go James and Oxford Brookes. James is in. Oh, we done that. Yeah, mate, Trevor. Yeah, of course. In 9, 18 years of age. I'm going to must be first ever BUCS. And in fact, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 18-year-olds swimming in their first ever BUCS this year. And like I said earlier, imagine being your first ever BUCS and you're walking around the changing room and you're walking past Olympians and world champions and Commonwealth and European competitors. It's just brilliant. What an experience. And this is what BUCS is all about. You can trace back, even like, let's look at Adam Peaty as the prime example. I remember commentating on him here even 5, 6 years ago at BUCS, when he was already world class, of course. But you can trace so many world class British athletes and world, of course, back to their BUCS experience, and it's the first major stepping stone on their journey. It's BUCS, Europeans, Commonwealth, Worlds, Olympics, and they keep coming back. That is the biggest sign for me. No matter where they go on their stellar swimming professional journeys, they always come back to BUCS if they've got a link still to the university. Every single year. Best example, most recently, the Whiffins, Dan Whiffin in particular. Obviously, the best in the world at the long distance. Last year picked up golds in the 400, 800, 1500. And earlier this year in February picked up all 3 titles too. And we got a Let's Go Bath from Yavor Nikolov. Thank you for joining in. So in this one, supporting Matt Warburton, who is our out-and-out leader. So approaching the halfway, Joe Pearson's 5 seconds back in lane number 8, representing Cardiff Metropolitan. Now I'm just going to find, I've got so much paperwork up here. That's all the BUCS record holders, who you will not be surprised to find is Dan Whiffin for Loughborough. A 14.20 he swam a couple of years ago, 2023. And in fact, there were last year, only 2 BUCS records broken in the men's competition. Charlie Hutchinson in the 400 IM, and then Loughborough in the 4x50 medley. The current longest standing BUCS record by a country mile is the 200 butterfly, which is Michael Rock for Manchester back in 2008. Other than that, there's a couple of 2018 to 2015, but the last few years, particularly 2021, 23, 24, where over half of BUCS records were broken. Right, let's find the official times. Oh, midday, session 1B. I thought it was early. I think I quoted 11:30 earlier. Midday is when the session 1B starts. So that is when we get the earlier heats in every single event. So we've seen the fastest 4 heats in this, I'm going to say, mini session this morning. All the other heats are from midday onwards, and the finals are from 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. And that is an identical schedule tomorrow. So we kick off 9:30, the fastest heats, midday for the earlier heats, 4 o'clock for the finals. And then everything on Sunday, because people want to go home, is kicked forward about half an hour. 9 a.m. start, 11:30 earlier heats, and 3:15 is the final session. Final 20 lengths. Warburton, Parsons, Fleming. Oh, there's a question in the live chat. Not necessarily to me, but to everybody. What's everyone's favourite swimming events? For me as a commentator, and I'll answer this out loud, it is, I mean, I'm gonna lean towards BUCS events here as well. Generally what we have at the end of each final session is the relays, particularly the mixed relays. And the reason being is not just because they're brilliant races and, you know, tactically, whoever you put out, you put your 4 strongest swimmers, of course, but at BUCS, your strongest swimmer might be like a world champion. So the way things go back and forth in medleys never ever fails to absolutely blow my mind. But the other reason is the noise at poolside and in the gallery during medleys. Of course, you're not supporting one person, you're supporting 4, and you get this incredible team cohesion and friendly rivalry. It's just the noise and the atmosphere on the medleys is just absolutely brilliant. Other than that, you know, the golden races, the 50 freestyle is always awesome because it's won by 100th of a second sometimes, which commentating on is a challenge. Because generally you can call with about 5 meters to go, you can prepare to say who's won and get your line in. With 50 meter freestyles in male and female, it's just, they all go to the line, and then I, along with everybody else, are just looking at the scoreboard to see who gets a number 1 next to their name. And then you get to say your line. A couple of years ago, I did, one time only, did get to go and do live commentary on a boat for the outdoor swimming championships, the long courses. I think it was 3K, 5K, 7K from very loose memory. And literally in a dinghy up with the leaders, then circling back to the pack and going back and forth. That was unique. In the water with the swimmers, it was great. Spectator sport, if you've got no live cameras, pretty rubbish because you're just looking across a lake. Warburton, Parsons, Fleming, no change, and I doubt there will be. I mean, 6 lengths to swim, 150 metres. The time on the clock is 14:13 for Warburton. He's come in with a 15:43. Just getting confirmation from our show caller here. You know, we mentioned I heard over the tannoy in venue that they were looking for teams, and I said, oh, that sounds like a swim-off. There will be a swim-off. There will be a swim-off in the North Pool here. So after the relays, there will be a swimmer. I'm just waiting for confirmation of what event and who. So we're going to get some whistles now. Sometimes bells, it's whistles today. I was at an event recently where there was 2 pools operating, and due to timings, there was a 1500 metre race going on as they were having 50 metre heats in the other pool, and the whistles, well, it caused some confusion. And it was a pretty spread out race as well, so there was whistles going on for about 2 minutes in this 1500 metre race in one pool. In the other, they were trying to start 50 metre heats. Wow. Matt Warburton, 15.50. What a Matt, outside of his personal best, but the first man home in our first heat of the day in the 1500s. Joseph Parsons was second all day long. In fact, got very close in the end, just 2 seconds back for Joe. Joe representing Cardiff Metropolitan in his first BUCS competition. And then Scott Fleming just outside 16 on a 16.03. Scott has in the past gone 15.45, so not his best, but again, first event of the week, 1500, get it out the way, eh? 19-year-old there. 4th place, Archie Neves, then Dan Menza. Other BUCS newbies are Callum Sinclair in lane 1, Dan Harris in 7, Joe Parsons in 8, and James Trevithick in 9. Congratulations to all of you boys on reaching your first BUCS competition finals. So now we're going to move on. If you can see to the left-hand side of your screen, a lot of swimmers arriving, because it is the 4x50 mixed medley relay. What were we just talking about? What were we just talking about? The best race in the world. It's the mixed medley relay. Here we go, 4 heats of it. And these guys and girls are qualifying for the A and B finals later on tonight, which I hope, and I've seen a full schedule somewhere. Hopefully it's going to be the last race of the day too. Save the best right to the end. $20 spots available, 10 in the medal final, 10 in the B final. Backstroke ledges. Are they going to cooperate? Lane number 3 not cooperating. Now, talk about monopolies. There's only one company in the world that makes those backstroke ledges. So they can pretty much charge whatever they want, can't they? Because nobody else makes them. And they all come from one, I forget the country, but they all come from one location. And I'll be honest, I'm amazed that, considering how often, if you've been to swimming events, how often they twist and turn, they haven't made them better yet. I mean, they don't need to, do they? No competition. Manchester Met says, let's go! Manchester Met will go in heat number 8, which is our next heats. In heat 7 to kick things off, Glasgow, Cardiff, Bath, Leeds, Beckett, East Anglia, Manchester, Leeds, Southampton, York, and Leeds, Beckett. There is definitely an opportunity in the market if you can be bothered to design a really good backstroke ledge. 100%. I mean, they cost off, I think they're like £1,000 each as well. They're not cheap. Someone could absolutely coin it. Right, we're off. Unfortunately, I will in the finals, but I don't have the names of the individual swimmers. I will have that later on tonight, so forgive me. I will just go by university names for the time being. Leading the way into great start for Bath. Just glancing at the girls' pool, they're currently in there at 1,500 metres. So I just hope that none of those swimmers are supposed to be in this race. I'm sure they're not. be a challenge, wouldn't it? And equally, second great leg for Bath. Now onto the butterfly. All happening down the middle. Leeds, Beckett, East Anglia, Manchester and Leeds. The 4 central lanes. Now, I said earlier, I love it, this event, because things change all the time. Right now, Bath have led from the get-go, but look in 5, Manchester coming back ever so strong. Not quite neck and neck, but a lot tighter. 1.3 seconds between your top 4, couple back to Leeds in 5th. Here we go then. And that is, we've got 4 girls. It's actually almost an entire girls' pool. The front 5 teams, all female on the final leg. It is girl power, apart from, here we go. Look at this Glasgow in lane 0. As I was saying this, absolutely flying through at the bottom. Incredible from Glasgow, saved the best right to the very end. And that is why we love Medley. Straight out of the pool too, no messing around, 150.24. Didn't see that coming, did we? Bath, Manchester, Leeds, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. They were racing for the win. And then from nowhere, Glasgow, a stealth move in lane 0. Wow, let's have 3 more of them. What a great example of what we were discussing. Right, heat number 8. This is our second heat number 8 officially. Got Imperial in lane 0. Then you're going to have Cardiff, Strathclyde, Loughborough, Manchester Met, Surrey, Birmingham, Manchester Met 2, Nottingham and Northumbria. It was an incredible heat, Tyler. 3 more to come and the finals will be even better. Now you will see on occasion in the heats here, so a team with either a 1 or a 2 next to them. If they're a 1, it's their first team. If they're a 2, it's their second team. So here, for example, Loughborough 2, this is their second team. Loughborough team number 1 is going to be in heat number 10 in a couple of heats' time. You can even find teams with 3 teams in, universities with 3 teams. So Stirling's got 3 teams here. Surrey's got 3 teams. In fact, a lot will, because we've got the heats coming up later as well. Here we go. Let's have a bit more of that. And Ewan McDonald says Glasgow on top. They absolutely were. And I kind of hope that gets them a spot in one of the finals later. We need to see that again. Because as this is the heats, you can often, of course, you can change your team later for the final. So there's so much tactics involved. It's brilliant. 3 teams fly out. Again, lane 0. This time that's Imperial. In lane 3, that is Loughborough. And in 5, that is Surrey with their number 1 team. And Loughborough's number 2. Loughborough, Imperial, Surrey, then Manchester Met, Birmingham, Strathclyde, Nottingham. Well, breaststroke specialist in 3 for Loughborough. Taking this second leg by the scruff of the neck, not mucking around. Oh, we got a best of luck to Hannah, Alfie, Zara, Anthony, Blythe, Carnell, Ed and Molly up the Blorange. It's Manchester Met. Because they have got both of their teams in this heat number 8. And they currently lie second with their first team behind Loughborough. Onto the fly. 3 teams looking to clean up. We've said that before and it didn't happen. Very strong swim from our female swimmer for Loughborough in 3. Even better though in 4 for Manchester Met, who take the lead into the final leg. All 3 girls for the top 3 teams coming into the 50-metre freestyle. Look out in lane number 6, that's Birmingham. And in lane number 5 for Surrey. Surely this is too much to make up this time, but they'll give it a go. In 4, Manchester Met leading. But here come Loughborough in the final couple of metres. Can it change? It's going to be right on the touch. It is. Oh, my goodness. 0.03 of a second. Loughborough steal it from Manchester Met. And Birmingham fly through the last leg to take 3rd in 1:48.34. Well, well, well. It comes down to, so often, the last couple of metres and the last touch. Brilliant heat 7, brilliant heat 8, 2 more to come. They've set a precedent.
Next up, it is heat 9.
Heat number 9. Aberdeen team 2, Birmingham team 3, Oxford team 1, Edinburgh 1, Swansea 1, Stirling 1, Stirling 2, Sheffield Hallam 1 and 2, and Surrey 3. Stirling, who are often so good in these events. These events have been dominated in the past by Loughborough, Stirling and Bath. In fact, at the short course last year, Stirling won the final, Loughborough second, and Stirling also got bronze. Had 8 swimmers on the podium. And then at the long course in February, Loughborough took the title. That was in the 4x100, not 4x50. Stirling, again, twice on the podium, silver and bronze, about 8 months ago. In 3 and 4, Edinburgh and Swansea on this occasion. Then in lane 0, Aberdeen. Stirling 1 and 2, a little bit of work to do, but we know they've got it in the tank. And again, a mixture of the male and female on the final freestyle leg. This could all change, but the advantage is with Edinburgh and Swansea. The chase starts now for Stirling and Sheffield Hallam. And they will try and hunt down the girls at the front. A great turn in 5 for Stirling, who have been perennial winners and podium sitters in this competition. And will it be another one right at the very end? Yes, it will. Great finish for Stirling, pipping Edinburgh, who led so long. But these times should all be good enough regardless for the A final. What a race we're going to have later on tonight in the B and the medal final. 3rd place for Stirling. Swansea settled for 4th and Birmingham in 5th. Never ever, other than the chopping and the changing, 2 races exactly the same. It's just brilliant. Final heat for now, heat number 10. And this should be an absolute cracker. Bath and Loughborough will go head to head down the middle.
This is heat 10.
From the bottom, Stirling team 3, Aberdeen, Nottingham, Birmingham, Bath, Loughborough, Ulster, Edinburgh, Napier, Surrey and Leeds. Just for fun, the Medley relay record was set by Loughborough when they won the title in 2024 with a 1:35.63. In fact, I think that was set in the heats. That wasn't in the final, because Stirling won the final. In 3, great start for Birmingham, red cap. In fact, Birmingham, who are often so strong, they haven't been on a relay podium in the last 6 opportunities at the short and the long course. In fact, the last 10, they'll want to turn that around. And the lead, heat number 10, through halfway. Second behind them is Bath. Loughborough with a bit of work to do here, I'm going to say it. Halfway and 5 seconds down on our leaders. They should come back incredibly strong, but they are putting themselves under a little bit of pressure here. And as I say that, look at the butterfly leg. And likewise in lane 2 for Nottingham, going very well. So this is going to be a 4-way freestyle race. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4 girls going for it for their teams. You could almost make that 6 with the boys in 6 and Southern. So it's Nottingham, Birmingham, Bath and Loughborough. The 4 in the middle going the hardest. In 3, Birmingham started so well, they're going to finish it strongly too. No question this time there will be no late drama, because Birmingham will take it 1:44.75. Nottingham takes second. Well done, Nottingham. Loughborough, I'm going to say only in 3rd place, 1:46.89. Bath down the middle, 1:47.21. Well, well, well. Well, I can't wait to see the lane draws for these finals later, and who's actually made that A final. So we've got a swim off. I'm just waiting to confirm what the swim off is. One moment, I'll find out. Right, swim off is hang on, we've got 2 swim-offs in the same race. No. Wow, we have. I have, in 10 years of BUCS, all swimming, 2 swim-offs in the same race, because we have the A and the B final. So it's the 50-metre breaststroke in the men's competition, and there was a tie for 10th and a tie for 20th. That is absolutely unheard of. So, in lane 3 and 4, they're racing for a place in the A final. And in lane 6 and 7, in the same race, they're racing for a place in the B final. I'm going to say it. You'll never see this ever again. All right? I could only see 3 swimmers, though. So maybe this once-in-a-lifetime final is not going to go as planned. I can see lanes 3, 4. So it's going to be William Godsell and Rowan Smith in lanes 3, in 4 and 3, going for the joint 10th. And then for the joint 20th should be in lane... Oh, there they are. There they are. They've embraced in 6 and 7. So in 6 and 7, it's James Murphy and Carnell Nunes-Smith, and they are going for the last spot in the B final. This is brilliant, but weird at the same time. Enjoy this next 25 seconds. You'll never see it again. In lanes 2 and 3, William Godsell, Rowan Smith, they are racing for a spot in the A final. James Murphy and Carnell Nunes-Smith are racing for a spot in the B final. Wouldn't it be funny if one of the boys in 6 and 7 even beat the guys in 2nd and 3rd home? It won't matter because it goes off their heat time. But wow, here we go then. Talk about unique. Rowan Smith and William Godsell in 3 and 4 going for a spot in the A final. James Murphy and Carl Nunes-Smith in 6 and 7 going for a spot in the B final. Leading the way in 3, looks like Rowan Smith for Sheffield Hallam will take that spot in the medal race. And almost a tie again. it does go the way of Cornell Nunes-Smith. He will take the spot in the B final. Well, 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 that is one to look back on and say I was there. So well done, guys. We've completed our finals lineups. That is it for the time being. That is the 4 fastest heats we've seen in each event. From midday onwards, that's just over an hour away, we're going to see the earlier heats. So if you are looking to watch somebody in the early heats, let's say from sort of like 1 to 9-ish, you're going to see them from midday onwards. And we'll see also heat number 1 of the 1500 metre freestyle, and we'll see the last heat of the 1500 in the finals session. It all makes sense, trust me. So see you back at 12. Hope you've enjoyed your morning. Don't go too far. This has been Ponds Forge and the BUCS Short Course 2025 Championship. See you soon.